Okay, so start out, we got like a 2.5 to 3 pounds of raw chicken leg quarter. Start out with. We want to give them muscle meat, and you want some bone in there, you know, about 10% bone, but not just so much meat, but you also want to give them muscle meat. And I found that the quarters are a pretty good way to do that. Don't worry about them pulling on the ground. They're gonna do that. This is how they eat in the wild. It's not a bad thing, you know. Then I give them a little bit of this, some Alaskan pink salmon. I guess about 3 ounces or so. Some Alaskan pink salmon. He loves that salmon. He's a standard American bully, man. Very healthy dog. He's the granddad. He's about 6.5 years old. He still can jump about 5-6 feet in the air. Okay, so we gave him that. Trying to do all this with one hand. Then I want to give him, I got a bunch of just chicken livers. You gotta stay tuned. Watch all of this. I got some more on there. You gotta get the point of this, man. If you ain't a subscriber, hit that subscribe button, man. If you is subscribed, hit that like button, man. Keep it going for me. So we give him, I don't know, what's that, about 3.5, 4 ounces of chicken liver. Then I give him green beans. And for all you Peter people, you seen me put it in the tray for him. He doesn't want it in the tray. They want it on the ground. Okay. And this is the last little piece I put in here. I put in a little bit of that New Vet Plus vitamins. Oh, it's a supplements. Put a little bit of that New Vet Plus powder in there. You want about a tablespoon. Okay. A little. He loves the taste of that. And that's your raw diet. Now, why did I put the green beans in there? The green beans are for roughage to help him digest this raw diet that he's using. Just like if he was in the wild and he was a wolf or something, they gotta digest that food, else they get constipated. When the regular dogs are eating dog food, dry kibble every day, that stuff is packed with grains and all kind of vegetables. So that's what they're getting over on you with. They're not putting very much meat in it. It's mostly vegetables and stuff, so they mostly getting it roughage. So it's two different reasons. So it's a different reasons that my dogs would eat grass. They do eat grass. But it's a different reason that my dogs eat grass than the other ones. And there's about 4 reasons altogether that your dog is eating grass. Here's the 4 reasons your dog is eating grass. The first, and it's not a big deal, is that it's the taste. They just like some grass. Maybe your dog is just like that. He don't be out of the house much. He just likes grass. So you don't have to worry about it. He won't do it a lot. But for dogs like him that's on a raw diet, a main reason that he would want to eat grass is because it helps him to digest the food. Just like if he was to have ate a rabbit in the wild, whatever roughage that the rabbit had, he would eat that, and that helps him digest the food. We give him the chicken livers because that's a couple organs that the rabbit had with some chicken liver. You know, trying to substitute the rabbit's liver and kidney or whatever heart we could get in there. You know, Most of the time I can't find kidney and heart. But that's the main reason that he'll eat grass, is because it tries to help him. He's helping himself digest the food. But another reason is a reason that you may have to watch out for, a reason there might be some trouble, is that they'll eat a lot of grass because they have a digestive problem going on with the food they're eating. So maybe this gravy train you feeding your dog just is not agreeing with him, and he's getting this. Or maybe he got worms or something intestinal going on. He'll eat the grass to try to soothe that. The grass will even make him vomit sometimes. And that's a digestive problem. So if you see that, you might need to get it checked out and make sure he's okay. But there's another reason that he could eat grass. And that could be just from plain boredom. If you got him sitting in a kennel, now this is not his kennel at all. His kennel is way over the side. We've been walking around today, and this is just a little dog run that I got him on, so I decided to give him his food here. But this is not a little kennel. But say your dog was in some kind of a cage like this, and there's just nothing in there for him to play with. There's nothing in there. But his dog pen, dog bowl, his dog house, and that's it. That's all that's in there. But a bunch of grass is growing. He'll start eating that grass just out of boredom. It's like tugging on a rag or something. He'll eat the grass just out of boredom. So a psychological problem. So that's 4 reasons: psychological, boredom, the same category, for digestive help, or because it has a digestive problem, or because it just likes the taste. So I would say that if your dog is doing this, watch and see how much it's doing. If it's doing it in an excessive amount and you're not feeding raw and there's no need for him to be eating all that grass, maybe he has a digestive problem. But you will see that in the stool. His stool won't be solid, be discolored. It'll be some kind of other signs. It won't just be that. But if he's not eating raw and he's always eating grass, maybe check it out. But you know your dog more than I do. It may be boredom. Maybe he just likes the taste. But what you have to look out for is if it's a digestive problem. The first sign that it's a digestive problem is the poop. It's not going to be correct. After you get that situated, after you check that out, if it looks bad, just go to the vet and get a fecal matter exam. It doesn't cost maybe $30, maybe. I don't even know if it's that much. Fecal matter exam, they'll examine the poop. They'll be able to tell you anything digestive or worms or anything like that's going on. See, he's pooping a lot. He's going to poop on some weight and stuff. But anyway, this is just, this is what we try to do, is get him a regular diet with some greens in it and roughage in it so he doesn't eat so much grass. How do you know your dog is eating grass? A lot of the biggest sign is you see the poop will have grass in it. It'll be mostly grass sometimes. And that's the sign that you'll know if you're not just sitting there watching him do it. But I do have a dog like Domino. Domino just gets bored in his cage. He'll just eat the grass because he's bored in his cage, man. But I also put the Nuvet Plus stuff in there because it's a supplement. Maybe there's something that I'm missing. There's some iron or something like that I didn't get with the kibble. Especially when you're making the raw diet. You got to balance that diet right. And maybe you miss a little bit. So that's why I put the Nuvet Plus in there too. This is the middle of the day. We're doing our walk. We'll get him some water. But he will finish that. I've never came back to my dog tray and there's raw left there. There's always some kibble left, not no raw. And for me, I've decided that I'm go back and forth with it. I'm not going to do just raw for a bunch of the reasons that I just said before. I'm going to kind of put some kibble in it for about 3 days of the week, and I'm going to do some raw too. And for me, that's the best of both worlds. I want to make sure that I'm getting all the stuff that I need. And the main reason is my dog Domino. Now, my dog, this dog here, he's still very healthy. He's I don't know how many pounds he is. We're gonna take him to the vet when we get the dog's ultrasound done. I'm just curious to see how much he weighs. Stay tuned for that. But my dog Domino, he just didn't bulk up like everybody else. He got toned up. And that's one of the reasons I decided that I might go ahead on and just go back and forth. Well, Domino and the puppies. The puppies, I want my puppies. I need the puppies to be thick so I can see what's going on with the growth of them, what type of head, all the stuff that I need for my breeding program. I need to look at it like I looked at all the other pups. So for that reason, I had to get them back to being on kibble. But they do love chicken, so I'm throwing them some chicken thighs in there every few days, as well as the kibble. But we definitely went back to kibble for the pups and for the sake of Domino. And I think we could have kept it going, but I'm this is an experiment really, and I want to make sure we did it right. But please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you made it this far, man. We really appreciate you, man. We are totally appreciative of everybody that watches the video, man. People that have been sending comments in. I've been trying to catch everybody's comments. Some of y'all are late night trolls. I will get rid of you, but everybody else, man, I really appreciate y'all tuning in, watching the channel, giving us feedback, letting us know what you like, what you don't like. I really appreciate all of the comments on my dogs, especially. The whole show is about the dogs. I'm trying to keep myself out of the scene more and focus on the dogs. It's what I tell you about any breeder. If you want to find a good, reputable breeder, leave all the names and all that alone. Just have him show you his dogs, man. Do they scratch? Have them show you their dogs, man. So I love this one. This is a standard bully. It means he's over 17 inches. He's 17 inches, 17 to 21 inches at the withers or the shoulders. That's what makes him a standard. It's one of my favorite classes of bullies. I was trying to make very large pockets, but I'm really going to keep going with my standards. I've made some great standards throughout these last couple years. So maybe that's what we're gonna stick with that too. We got a good few good ones. But we do have some good pockets, man, especially this female that I just made. She's the same color as Bo is. Got a couple little scratches. Now that's another thing about this raw. Believe it or not, man, I normally do droplets every month for flea and tick droplets. I normally do that every month. During the summer, especially during the summer. But since we've been on this raw, I don't have to do that. And I'm not saying that the raw diet gets rid of fleas and ticks, but I'm saying I don't have no flea and tick problem. Everybody else in my neighborhood says it's rampant. So yeah, I think it definitely does help what they eat. I think it kind of makes it makes the blood more acidic than fleas need to be. It's kind of makes sense to me. That's why they don't jump on all the cows. But anyway, man, I really appreciate y'all joining in. If you ain't did it by now, come on out the bench for the big win, man. We'll get you something hard cut. It's on.